Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Sandman. This guy's a gold label. I believe he's going to be a Target exclusive. Let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, ages 12 plus. This guy's part of the gold label collection, DC Multiverse Sandman. Here he is in the package. He has his accessory, hat, trench coat, gas mask, collector's card, display stand, whole 9 yards. Sandman from Wesley Dodds, the Sandman. Other side, Sandman. At the bottom, there's his barcode if it helps anybody. And at the back, here he is, posed up from the comics. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright. Now that we've got this figure out of the package, here he is with all the accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, and then a gun that emits sleeping gas. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Sandman. His real name is Wesley Dodds. He wears a green business suit, fedora, and gas mask, and then he uses this gun emitting a sleeping gas to sedate criminals. He started out as sort of a mystery man, but eventually becomes a more standard superhero, becoming a founding member of the Justice Society of America. He later adds sand and a blowtorch to his inventory, creating very quick makeshift walls. He's one of several different characters in the DC universe to use the name Sandman, but I'd say he's pretty much the coolest looking one. So let's take a closer look. Now it's done on the familiar body. Interrogation room Joker. He's got the brown fedora, it looks great. The paint detail is nice, has good wash on it, different shades. Then he has this gas mask. Red eyes, and the gas mask logs out, and it looks great. Underneath that, he's got kind of a business suit, white shirt, tie, black vest, and then a brown trench coat. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. I think the reuse is great for this guy, and I think the figure looks excellent. A great deep cut into the DC universe. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, he looks like just a regular dude that decided to be a superhero one day, and that's not too far from the truth. I love the suit, the fedora, the gas mask. I think it's all great. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand, typical McFarlane display stand we've seen plenty of times before. This one has a classic DC logo. And then we have his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of the Sandman. He's got his gun and gas coming out of it. Sandman, Wesley Dodds, the Sandman. On the back, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. And then we have his gun thing. It's cast in all gold. It basically looks like a little revolver, and it has this giant thing on the top. It shoots out gas to sedate and put people to sleep, kind of supporting the name Sandman. Here he is, holding that gas gun. He's usually seen holding it above his head like this, with the gas coming out. Now to check out the differences, similarities, and reuse between Sandman here and the Dark Knight Heath Ledger Joker. And they share a lot of the same parts, but look quite a bit different. So let's take a closer look. Starting with their heads, obviously the heads are totally different. Let's go for the now. The torso area is the same, they just added these straps on top of this guy. The arms are the same. Hell, the trench coat looks to be the same. Same little buttons and everything. The pants, the shoes are the same. Joker has this chain that Sandman doesn't have. So they're really exactly the same figure. Different head, straps added, different paint job. Completely different result. There are now 8 McFarlane DC Multiverse figures that utilize this base body. And I like each and every one of these figures. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his hat, standing about 7.2 inches tall, which can translate to about 18 centimeters. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course you're going to rotate side to side. You can look up, very good amount, down, pretty nice as well. Can tilt his head at least a little bit from side to side. Shoulders on a ball joint goes up about 90 degrees, up, down, around. He's got a bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can rotate and it's hinged as well. He's got a soft goods overlay and there is some articulation underneath, but it's pretty much useless. Ball joint his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Legs, complete of splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is pretty much non-existent. They go forward about that far, back not much. Double jointed knees. And his ankle. Forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock, and toe articulation. Here's a look at the Sandman, cleaning up the city streets, one night at a time. Now let's check him out. Next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Sandman figures. Here's this McFarlane Sandman next to an older DC Direct Sandman figure. Now, I customized this guy into a Ratcatcher figure probably about 20 years ago, and it's actually a pretty poor base body for Ratcatcher. He used to have a hat, a different gas mask, but you can sort of see at one point this was Sandman. And here he is, next to both the Hasbro Marvel Legends and Diamond Select Toys Sandman figures. A completely different character from the Marvel Universe. Then, with a couple of older Toy Biz Marvel Legends Sandman figures. I customized both of these into Clayface a long time ago. Here he is, next to a bunch of old school JSA members. The Sandman was a founding member of the Justice Society of America. Here he is with Dr. Fate, the Spectre, Hawkman, Alan Scott Green Lantern, Jake Garrick the Flash, Hawkgirl, Hourman, and Wildcat. Add in Starman, Commander Steel, Mr. Terrific, Power Girl, Huntress, Atom Smasher, Cyclone, and Damage, and you have some of the later, more extended JSA members. Sandman here totally gives me off vibes like the Question. Here he is next to a McFarlane and Mattel Question figure, and also a Rorschach vibe. Here he is next to several different Rorschach figures by DC Direct and Mattel. I really wish McFarlane did a Watchmen wave. Now let's check him out, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the rest of his wave. This is a Gold Label Target exclusive wave, the Sandman and Mr. Miracle. Here's Sandman, next to the previous Target exclusives, New 52 Superman and Red Cyborg Superman. And here he is with the Target exclusives before that, Wildcat and Orion. Then, with the black and white accent Dark Knight Returns Superman, the Frostbite Chris O'Donnell Robin, and the Patina Wonder Woman. And now, with the most recent wave of collector's figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Metron, Kite Man, Dark Archer, and Dark Stars. I'm looking for another pair of Dark Stars, regular and Platinum. I'm also looking for the newest figures, Deathstroke, and Mirror Master, and the San Diego Comic-Con Beast Boy. If anyone has any suggestions, drop me a line in the comments below. Here's Sandman, next most recent Batman wave. We have the Troika Batman, Kenner Homage Azrael, and the Luke Fox Batwing. And here he is with the 4th digital wave, both the regular and Platinum No Man's Land Batman, Monarch, Disco Nightwing, and Spoiler. Then, with the most recent wave of Page Punchers, the Golden Age Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor, and then the regular and Platinum Superboy figures. And now, with the Ross exclusive 3 Jokers Batman, Hush Superman, and James Gunn movie Superman figures. And finally, with some McFarlane cover recreations, the Kingdom Come Superman, Dark Knight Returns Batman, and the infamous Stolen Killing Joke Joker. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they are generally the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off our comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figures, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, with some Jakks-specific wrestling figures and Diamond Select Toys, here's Sandman next to a bag of cat food. And here he is with some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazz Wars wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts and Jazz Wars Fortnite figures. So overall, I think he's a really cool Sandman figure. I love the sort of realistic noir look to him. I like that he looks like a guy who just sort of put on a couple of little gadgets and a hat and a gas mask and went out to fight crime. Kind of reminds me of the Question. I don't mind the reuse on this guy one bit. I think it is fantastic. It's almost pure reuse, and it looks great. It almost looks perfect. I love the coat, I love the paint job, I love the hat, the gas mask, the vest, just the overall look. Sure, he could come with some more hands, or I don't know what other kind of accessories, some smoke effects, but he's really good as is, especially considering he's a regular figure at the more or less regular price point, which I assume is like $24.99 at Target nowadays. If I were to rate this guy, God, I want to give him an 8, so you know what? I'm going to. He's not perfect, but I don't really have a lot of criticism for him. I like him a lot. I like these kind of realistic noir-looking figures. They're a lot of fun to play with and put on displays. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.